80% of tutors tell me that they're stuck on tutoring platforms because they don't have any other way of getting students. And that's exactly why they're underpaid, tutoring on evenings because they still can't leave their job and have absolutely zero free time for their family and hobbies. And I get it, like that's how most tutors start out. The problem is that these platforms are designed to keep you stuck in them forever. Like, really think about it. What kind of incentive do they have on ever letting you out, right? They want to keep you in the system so that they keep making money from you every day, every month, every year. You see, they decide your pricing, they own the clients, and no matter how good of an actual educator you are, you're still stuck playing by their rules instead of working on your own terms. And in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how these platforms keep you poor, and more importantly, exactly what you can replace them with if you want more control over your income, and potentially longer term growth if you actually wanna go all in into your tutoring business and leave your job. So here's a quick comparison of tutoring platforms versus if you actually own your own tutoring business. You see, on tutoring platforms, you're pretty restricted on pricing. So not only do they take 35 to 40, sometimes even 50% of what you're earning, you can't really raise your rates. And most of the time, you can't even do group tutoring. So you're stuck one-on-one, forever trading your time for pennies. Now, technically, you probably could raise your prices. But have you actually ever tried that? Have you tried to double your prices? Yeah, you're most likely not going to get any students because there's another teacher that's willing to do it for less. And there is always another teacher that's willing to do it for less. Another big problem is that you have no client ownership. Now, what this means is that they own the client relationship, meaning the second you leave the platform, your clients stay on that platform. You cannot take your clients with you. A lot of times they even have contracts enforcing that so that even if you get a direct contact with the client, you taking the client off the platform could actually result in a lawsuit. And another one that most tutors seem to miss is that these clients that comes from these platforms are lower quality clients. You see, someone that actually wants results, someone that wants a premium service is never gonna go on these platforms. Like, when you want a premium solution, do you go to Fiverr? Or do you actually type in Google and try and find someone whose website looks professional, who has independent reviews, and who has a solid offer, right? Usually when you go on Fiverr, you're just looking for the cheapest solution because you don't really care about that problem. And it's the same thing with Wyzant or Superprof or any of these other platforms. You are attracting bargain hunters and you're attracting low quality people who just want a low price for a low quality service. And there is actually no way to stand out because there's only two things that people really see on these platforms. One is gonna be your price and another one is gonna be what subject you tutor or what exam you tutor. If these are the only two things that they see from you, that's it. Like, you can only stand out by charging less, or you can stand out by teaching a subject nobody teaches. But how many subjects really are out there that nobody teaches? Probably none, right? And if you want to stand out on pricing, well, that's just a race to the bottom and you might as well start working for free. Another big problem is that it's not scalable. Like, you're stuck in a one-to-one model, meaning you're forever bound to be charging 20, maybe 30, if you're lucky, maybe $40 per hour. So like, the only way to scale is gonna be to work more hours, but there's only so many hours in a day. So at most, I've seen people make up to $4,000 on these platforms, but that's working 80-hour work weeks, not having any time for family or hobbies, and it's really not the best way to make that 4K per month. And ultimately, I think everybody knows that the platform is the one that wins. You know, the tutors really aren't the ones winning. The tutors are just cogs in the massive machine that is the tutoring platform. And the tutoring platform makes a lot more because they're the ones that actually get the students. Now, what if we actually flip the script and what if we actually get our own students? Well, if you have your own student acquisition methods, you now have full pricing autonomy, meaning you can charge literally whatever you want. And we have tutors that are able to charge up to $3,000 or even $5,000 for a single tutoring package. You also create long-lasting client relationships. Many tutors that actually run their own business retain their clients for 1, 2, 3 years and end up making like $30,000, $40,000, sometimes even $50,000 over that time period from a single client, which is just impossible on the platforms. And like I said earlier, you actually get serious clients now. Because when you have your own website, when you have your own social media presence, you look like that premium solution that actually high quality people are looking for. You are no longer speaking to bargain hunters because you present yourself as the high quality option. And you also have full control over how you position yourself. So if you choose to position yourself as a premium service, you actually have the ability to do so, and you have the ability to stand out. You see, now you can write your own copy, you can choose what to put on your website, you can choose the fonts, you can choose the design, and you can actually make sure to stand out from all of the noise in the market because you have control. You're no longer bound to those two factors of what's subject and what's the price. And that ultimately leaves us with no income ceiling. Because like I said, you can charge $3,000 to $5,000 for a tutoring package, meaning you can get 10 students in a month and make $30,000, $50,000. I'll later on show you exactly what the timeline looks like, but we've had many tutors who've reached even beyond that number. And ultimately, if you do this correctly, you're the one that actually wins, quote unquote, in this scenario, because you have all the ownership, you have complete control of how you want to execute and what to do, and there's nobody holding you back. So here's a realistic timeline that our clients go through when they're starting their own online tutoring business, from the first couple of weeks to 4 months and beyond, right? So in the beginning, we really have to just dial in your niche, your subject, your offer, and your acquisition funnel, right? So here you see we need to create profiles, we need to fill out case study documents, we need to really make a solid plan on how we're actually gonna market your services, right? And ideally, within the first 1 or 2 weeks, we want to get that lead gen system live so that we have new students coming in. Now, week 3 and 4, that's all about getting your first client in and validating that the system actually works. And you've see here 2 examples of Hergis closing someone for $1,000, Jared closing someone for $1,000 down, and then $2,700 is total contract revenue. So ideally, within the first 3 or 4 weeks, want to already be at that $1,000 to $2,000 per month mark. And once we know that this actually works and we've validated that we can get clients this way, it's all about optimizing the system, and that's what month 2 and 3 are for. Now you see here, Hergis has already collected $4,000 and has contracted a total of $7,200 in revenue. And that's the beauty of running your own system. Once you have a system that works, you can double down on it, you can optimize it, you can work on it, and then it starts working better and better and better. And you can also see here Mario spent £225 on ads and got 4,800 in sales collected up front, right? And if we do everything correctly, within the first 2 or 3 months, we're looking at making $3,000 to $7,000 per month already. And as you can see, like within the first 2 or 3 months, you're already massively surpassing the tutoring platform's potential. And then month 4 and beyond, if you do decide to take this seriously and you do actually go full time, some of our clients are able to get to up to 23 sales in a week. Some people are able to get to this, I think this is about 7,000 to 8,000. And ultimately, after the 4-month mark, you should be aiming for that 10 to 20K per month in revenue. Because again, you have full control, you decide how much you want to charge, you have your own system, and there is no ceiling on how much you can actually earn. So as you see, it's really not about how capable you are, it's just about learning from those who have done it before you, taking the exact same steps, which pretty much makes success inevitable. So if you want to see how other tutors are breaking free from the tutoring platforms and actually building their own real tutoring business, you can check out my free Facebook group. It's going to be in the description of this video. In there, you're going to get step-by-step trainings as well as real-time insights into what tutors are doing right now to reach that 10K, 20K, even 30K per month with online tutoring, as well as plug-and-play templates that you can use to start building your tutoring business today. Just click the link below, request to join, and I'll see you inside.